going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Strongside. Today I'm going to be covering a super important topic, and it is the one thing that you will need to understand if you want to build muscle or lose fat. Whichever one is your goal, you're going to have to focus and decide which one it is in order to apply this and make it work for you. So I got a message from one of my friends which just gave me the idea to put this information out there in video blog style. I've not done one of these before. I've done either the Fit Stop nutrition videos or the training videos, but I'm just going to do this in like a sitting down environment in my bedroom just to cover generic topics. So if you want to send me questions and comments below or via email, whatever it is, I'll put the email link in the description. Then I'll answer that for you in this kind of format. So the message I got from my friend was, Tom, I'm finding it hard to hit my fats on MyFitnessPal, which is a calorie tracking app if you've not heard of it. And it says, but isn't eating more fat than normal gonna make me gain weight? So I went on and blasted, well, you can see plenty of messages, sent them back, just fully explaining what I'm going to explain to you on video now. These are the fundamental principles you need to understand to gain weight or lose weight. Simple as that. Energy balance is the number one thing. If you master this principle, then you are guaranteed to hit your weight loss or weight gain goals, whatever it is you need to do. Energy balance is the one key. Everything around us is energy. I am energy, like this is stored energy within me, like muscles are stored energy. The milkshake next to me is energy in a calorie source. Everything that we eat that goes into our bodies is converted into an energy source. And that is either used by us and burnt off, or it is stored as fat, which is another energy source. Fat is an energy source, muscle is an energy source. Everything is energy. Everybody has their own BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories that you would need throughout an entire day just to maintain your body weight. Like if I laid in this bed all day and did absolutely nothing, then I know for my body weight it would be 2,160 calories to maintain my body weight. So that's just like breathing, beating heart, processing organs, and just cell regeneration, whatever it is, that's the amount of calories that my body would need at my current body weight just to maintain itself. Everybody's BMR is completely different. Whatever it is, based on your activity level, height, age, gender, everything means everybody has a completely different BMR. So there's no single route that somebody can take and apply it to someone else unless, you know, you're identical genetically, but everybody's unique, and that's one of the great things about this world. But because of that, you can't follow somebody else's principles that has had results in the past, apply them to yourself and expect exactly the same thing. So that's why I'm covering just the basic principles of this topic so you can apply it to your life and still get success. So if you're thinking, well, how do I find out what my BMR is or something like that? There is a ton of calculators out there. If you just stick in BMR calculator on Google, then that's a great way just to start. Kind of if you're stuck in your like paralysis by you don't know, you're researching all these different topics and don't know how to do it, then just Google BMR and either like plus 500 or minus 500 if you want to gain or lose weight. I'm going to go more into that anyway. So energy in versus energy out is another key, and you really want to be monitoring that if you're going to have any consistent results. So if you're wanting to gain weight or lose weight, you need to measure how many calories are coming in or how many calories are going out and find the equal balance to find whether it is to gain weight or lose weight for you. You have to focus on one path. So if you want to gain weight or lose weight, you just have to decide. You can't do them both at the same time. So choose a goal. If you are unsure, if you're kind of in that sticky point where you're not sure whether to like go into a bulk and gain weight, or if you want to cut and diet down a little bit first, then I would always emphasize cutting first. The reason why is because when you're very lean, your body processes calories differently. So if you are already holding body fat, then your body is used to storing fat or calories coming in. It's used to storing them essentially. So if you're very lean, then your body almost understands that the calories coming in are going towards maintaining lean body mass, the caloric expenditure through exercise, day-to-day activities, so your body processes calories almost in a different way. If you're holding more body fat, then you've got elevated levels of estrogen in the body, things like that. So you could really go down into the science of it, but just cut first, it's just healthier. So try and keep your body fat always below 15%. If you're not below, I don't know, maybe 12, 13% body fat, then I do not suggest going into a bulk at all. Always cut and then build up very gradually from there. You just need to focus on one. So choose one and stick to it. If you're in a process of building muscle, your calories need to be elevated. If you're in a process of losing fat, they need to be decreased. Out of the two, let's go for losing fat first. If you find out what your BMR is, so your basal metabolic rate, and I've always pushed MyFitnessPal, it's such a great app to use because it takes into consideration like your weight, height I think as well, your activity level, everything, and it spits out a number for you which tells you exactly how many calories you need to eat. You put your goals in there as well, so if you want to lose half a pound a week, if you want to lose 2 pounds a week, if you want to gain a pound a week, you can adjust everything in there. So highly suggest downloading that app and just familiarizing yourself, popping your goals in there and using that to track your progress. I've used it for years and the number that it's always given me has given me consistent results as well. So it's pretty sound as like an app to use. So what your BMR doesn't take into consideration is your activity level. So if you're very sedentary, then you know that might be 200 calories bumped up from your basal metabolic rate. If you're extremely active, so if you're like a bricklayer by trade or something like that, you're up all day, you're moving objects around, then you know that calorie number might be bumped up by 1,000. So what that essentially does, it takes your BMR and based on your activity level, so mine I put a sedentary because I work an office job, so I'm sitting down like 8 hours a day pretty much, and from then like yeah, I'll go into the gym and I'll train for like 2 hours, but I don't really include that as like energy expenditure because for a lot of the time I am just sat down. So it will spit a number out for you based on that. Find something online that will compensate for your activity level as well, and then go from that number. So you want to gain muscle or you want to lose fat. General rule of thumb is either add 500 calories a day if you're in a gaining phase, or take away 500 calories a day if you're looking to lose weight. So I'm going to go into that. If you want to lose fat, fat is just a stored energy source. That's all it is. So it'll sit wherever it is on your body, wherever you're genetically predisposed to store fat, but it will just sit there until your body's in a period where it's calling on its own energy reserves to maintain body weight or up to a BMR. If you want to lose fat, obviously you're going to have to reduce the amount of energy coming in. If you want to gain muscle, you're going to have to increase the amount of energy coming in. They're both a stored energy source. So if you have fat stored on the body, if your requirement to maintain your body weight is 2,000 calories, if you drop that by 1,500 calories, then in order to make up the difference between that deficit and your BMR, your body's gonna burn 500 calories worth of stored energy within your body in order to make up that gap to maintain your body weight to what its BMR is, if that makes sense. Whereas if you take the same person at 2,000 calories to maintain your body weight with the BMR and you want to gain weight, then you're gonna have to increase that by 500 calories. If you're going into the gym and tearing muscle fibers, weight training, whatever it is, number one, that requires caloric expenditure to move the muscles and stuff like that. Secondly, it requires caloric expenditure for you to rebuild those muscles, but the stimulus that your muscles have got from weight training is basically telling it like, right, you were stressed to this point before and the muscle fibers tore and the body couldn't handle that, so next time when we rebuild, we want to rebuild stronger and bigger. So that is the hypertrophy of a cell, is the enlargement in growth or size. So muscular hypertrophy is what we're seeking in the gym, and that's caused by the weight training stimulus. So in order for our muscles to grow bigger, we require an excess amount of energy there as well in order for it to get bigger. So the three things: you need calories to move muscle, you need calories to repair muscle, and you need more calories to build the muscle bigger for the next time you get subjected to weight training. Conversely, for fat, if you are looking to lose fat, we're going to drop that number by 500, and roughly 1 pound of body fat is about 3,500 calories. Like, you hear it a lot, I'm sure it's not to the precise calorie, but that's a rough figure. So if you deduct your calories by 500 a day for a week, 7 days, that's 3,500 calories. So that's a very sustainable way to lose weight, is 1 pound a week. And generally it will be a little bit of muscle mass and fat as well. But if you are staying on with that weight training stimulus, still pushing heavy weight, which caused you to build that muscle in the first place, then the muscle mass should be retained whilst gradually decreasing the body fat. Right, to summarize, number one, energy balance is everything. That is the major key. So understand that principle and you can gain muscle or lose fat as you wish. Like I said, just focus on one, whichever one it is, pick it, stick to it for at least 2 to 3 months minimum in order to see some continual progress. If you've just come out of a calorie deficit, then obviously your BMR will drop. So you want to increase the calories very, very gradually again back into a gaining phase. You don't want to, if your BMR is 2000 and you've dropped down to 1500, to the point where your body weight is now accustomed to 1500 calories, if you then jump back up to 2500 for a gaining phase, then obviously your body's going to notice 1,000 calorie difference between, you know, what it's used to and now what's coming in. So that 1,000 calories, within 4 days you will have gained a pound of weight. So that's why a lot of people, once they diet and then they start introducing calories and eating exactly like they did before, there's just a rebound and the weight just comes straight back on. So another reason why crash diets don't work, you know, someone might eat like lettuce and drink lemon water for 2 weeks and eat like maybe 300 calories a day to the point where their body's almost used to that, and then they start eating normal when they come back off, or when they are on holiday or when they come back, and their body weight like triples because they've just gained all this fat. Like, the calories aren't being used efficiently, so they're just getting stored energy once again. So calories are energy, everything is energy. Master energy balance, and that is everything. Slight tangent there, but choose which one you're going to do and stick to it. Find out what your BMR is. Use a calorie calculator on Google. I prefer MyFitnessPal because that's very personal to me with activity level, height, weight, etc. And that's it. Simple as that. Energy balance 101, master this principle and you've got guaranteed success, providing that you stick with it. So thanks for watching this episode. Please give me a thumbs up or a comment below to let me know that you've enjoyed it, or if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe if you haven't already. More videos to come. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.